Hi, my name is Sarah Nance, and this is my intro video for Module 1. So a little about myself. I am married. My husband and I have a dog named Woodrow, and we're expecting our first baby in December. I graduated from Colorado Mesa University in 2010. That school is in Grand Junction, Colorado. I have a bachelor's degree in English with a concentration in secondary education. I played Division II volleyball there, while my identical twin sister Abby played basketball there. I grew up in Centennial, Colorado. I currently live there as well. My husband and I like to go skiing and hiking. We attend Broncos games and Red Rocks concerts whenever possible. From a professional standpoint, I've been teaching at Crest High School for the past 7 years. It also is in Centennial, Colorado, which is just a south suburb of Denver. Crest is a public school and part of the Cherry Creek School District. There are 2,700 students who attend Crest, making it the third largest school in the state. We have an incredibly diverse student population with over 60 languages spoken at our school. In addition to teaching English, I coach JV volleyball and I sponsor National English Honors Society. I currently teach AP Language and Composition for 11th graders and grade level English for 9th graders. So for this course and this assignment, to reflect on technology in the learning environment, here are a few of my thoughts. I believe that technology is everywhere. It's omnipresent. Students and teachers alike are constantly exposed to new ways to be engaged in the learning process through technological advances. What I think is interesting is that since I've been a teacher when I started in 2010, many of the tools that were brand new have become obsolete, and they've been replaced with better and more efficient and accessible tools that we all use now. I think the speed in which innovative ideas are created is both exciting and encouraging for the future. Technology is a vital aspect to every level of education, and I think that the more that we can successfully implement new technology, the greater advantage we are providing to the students that we all serve. For student access, I don't think it's, a secret that many students feel more comfortable in the classroom when they are allowed access to technological enhancements in the classroom. It's such a big part of their lives outside of the classroom that it seems kind of silly to ignore how we can use technology to aid in their learning. Students at our school, for example, have laptops in every classroom, so they can type all their assignments, they can share them with their teachers, they can interact with their parents, their counselors, all online. They obviously can conduct research and communicate with their peers and teachers in a variety of formats. I think that this is just one example of how technology has changed the way that students and teachers interact in the learning environment. It also affects assessments and grading policies as well. I think innovation in the tech realm is a vital resource. It is and will continue to be a primary way for students and teachers to communicate, conduct business, participate in college classrooms, and achieve greatness in professional settings. As far as technology for continuous school improvement, I'm really lucky to be at a school that prioritizes technology, especially because one of our main concerns at Crest, given that we have such a diverse population, is the achievement gap. We have done studies that show that technology in the learning environment has shown to close the gap when it is used equitably between the white and Asian students and the black and brown students. So when used equitably in a way that allows them to bring their own experiences to the learning environment, that gap can be closed. So when we're thinking about test scores and college entrance rates and matriculation rates, I think this is a really important aspect to consider. As far as my own use of technology in the classroom, here's a list of some apps and some websites that I frequently use or have used with my students from a pedagogical side. From a personal hardware systems and how I interact with just more basic stuff, I use a document camera every day. I am lucky enough to have a projector in my classroom. Like most of us, I'm proficient in Microsoft Office, as many of my students are, as well as Google. And so in critiquing myself, while I use technology significantly in the classroom, I really do wish there was more that I could do for my students. I find myself feeling a little behind sometimes, or that I could be engaging the students in a new way or a little bit better. For example, Google Classroom. I have not set up Google Classroom, and many of my colleagues haven't, and so I know I'm a little behind in that respect. So hopefully next year and the years to come I can really become proficient in that one, because I think it's a useful tool for students to use. One of the biggest parts of technology that I use is a kind of a Blackboard type interface called Schoology. Teachers at our school and in our district post calendars with assignments and the assignments themselves. There's discussion threads and videos, and obviously this is such a rich way to create a dynamic and learning environment. It switches it up from the typical lecture and take notes. I can say, have this discussion, go post on this video that I've linked, and it allows students to access deadlines and assignments if they misplace them. As far as funding goes, I think funding, as many of us would agree, would be the linchpin in technology. Many of the apps I use, for example, like Pear Deck, it's a great one for, it's a kind of a quiz style app that my students have used. They kind of require a membership. So we also only have a limited number of licenses for teachers to use. And so when those initial free licenses expire, students and teachers can no longer use these really high interest and exciting platforms without paying out of pocket. And it's usually me who pays out of pocket for all of my students' memberships or my own. Another issue for students in our district, and especially at our school, is that many students don't have access to technology from home. So they can have this great experience at school and be asked to finish it at home, but they don't have a computer or they don't have internet access. That has become an issue for us. And so while we have laptops in each classroom, these are not student issued and they cannot be taken home. So as far as a plan for a future, I think to continue to foster a positive experience with technology, I kind of plan and propose the following changes to my own use and perhaps at the school and district level regarding technology. I think for continuous school improvement, it would just be a great thing for our students to be able to take laptops home. That might involve a grant, and if that doesn't suffice, to appeal to the school board for how to allocate funding passed by bond measures. I think having a computer at home teaches responsibility and accountability, and it would also give me peace of mind to know that all of my students have access to their assignments and learning opportunities from home. We continue to use data systems to track the progress of Black and Brown students in an effort to close the achievement gap. That's something that we'll continue to do and can always be refined. From a personal standpoint, like I was saying earlier, I'd really like to learn how to use Google Classroom more effectively and to make more videos. A colleague of mine makes videos for every reading assignment to help kind of hook his students before they read the night's work, and he has questions for them to answer and discussions for them to post on before they read, and then the school day is then a discussion on the night's reading and the video that he posted. I would really love to learn how to do that. And then to try new apps and sites more frequently. It's a very personal thing for me, but I find myself resisting new avenues and new tools until I've mastered the previous ones. It moves often at such a speed that I don't feel like I can always keep up or catch up. So from a personal standpoint, these are a few ways that I think I can enhance my own use of technology in the classroom. Thank you so much for reading and listening to my presentation. I'm looking forward to working with all of you for this course.